Number 27, we're continuing with graphing log functions. And again, like I said before, I like to turn them into exponential functions. So this is just one term. So it's ready to be changed into exponential function. Okay, so I've got the base 2, logs equal exponents, and this will equal x minus 3. Okay, I want to get x by itself, it just makes it easier to solve, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Okay, so this is what I have. So again, like this last one, I am going to plug in values of y, and then I'll get my x. So I'm going to start, I think, with negative 2, because 2 to the negative 2 power, okay, I take the reciprocal and change the exponent to a positive. So this is 1/4. Okay, so at negative 2, I have 2 to the negative 2 plus 3. This is going to be 1/4 plus 3, so 3 1/4. Okay, at negative 1, I have 1/2 plus 3. That's 3 1/2. At 0, anything to the 0th power is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, when y is 1, this is 2 to the first is 2 plus 3 is 5. And if I square it, I get 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay. So 3 1/4 and negative 2. 3 1/2 is negative 1, 4, 0, 5, 1, 7, 2. Okay. It's hugging this line right here. I don't know why I say hugging. I mean, when you hug something, you're actually touching it, right? I gotta think of a different word. It's just getting really close to that line. Okay. Now, hopefully you notice, well, maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't. X minus 3 is moving the function 3 units to the right. That's exactly what we've done here. Okay? So our domain then is every x value from here over, not including this. So we have x is greater than 3. The range, then of course, we're going forever that way, all real numbers. Okay, moving on. To me, in my opinion, those are the hardest ones to remember. There's kind of a lot that goes into them. If you don't do the math quite right, they'll look a little wonky, but you can do it. All right, these are already in exponential form. Nice. I just need to do t-table or xy table and just start plugging stuff in. 1/3 to the negative 2 power. What is that? Well, it gets flipped and my exponent becomes positive, so it's 9. So if x is negative 2, y is, or this is 9, plus 1 is 10. Negative 1 will give me 3, plus 1 is 4. Anything to the 0 power is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, 1/3 to the 1 power is just 1/3, so this will be 1 1/3. And then if I square this, that'll be 1/9, so this will be 1 1/9. Okay. All right, so negative 2, 10. Negative 1, 4, 0, 2, 1 and 1 1/3, and then this is going to come down. Oops. Come down like that, kind of. moved up 1, right? So look, this moved up 1. So my domain is going forever, all real numbers. I can put in whatever value of x I want right there. But my range is only from here up. So my range is y is greater than 1. Okay, because this is the line y equals 1. Remember, exponential functions have asymptotes that are horizontal. Okay? All right. If we just look at this and just kind of go, oh, I wonder, I want to get a general idea of what that looks like. The parent function here is just 3 to the x. So it's growth. I know it's going to look like this. But that negative 2 moves it to the right 2, and this minus 3 moves it down 3. So I kind of have a general idea of what it looks like. So if things start going a little awry, with your plotting your points, check your math, because you might have made a mistake. All right, so again, x, y. I have x minus 2. I don't want 3 to get too big, so I'm going to start with, let's see, negative 1 would be too big. So let's do a 0, because that would give me x, or 3 to the negative 2, okay? 3 to the negative 2, remember, we flip it and square it, it's 1/9. Now this is the tricky part. What's 1/9 minus 3? Okay, it's the same thing as negative 3 plus 1/9. It doesn't help, does it? Okay, well when I subtract these, I get negative 2 and 8/9. Okay? All right, so let's go to 1. This is going to give me 3 to the negative 1, which is 1/3. 1/3 minus 3 is negative 2 and 2/3. So you can kind of see what line it's going to hug, right? Okay. If I plug in 2, I get 3 to the 0 power, which is 1. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. If I plug in 3, I get 3 to the 1st, which is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. We'll do another one. 3 squared, so 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, so 0, almost negative 3. 1, just a little tiny bit higher than that. 2 is negative 2. 3 is 0. 4 is 2, 4, 6. Okay, so this is what I thought it looked like from the beginning. The asymptote is right here, which, it's right there. That makes sense. Just like this one, here's my asymptote. Okay? All right, so my domain, all real numbers. My range, y is greater than negative 3. And again, points, you can put in whatever. I'll have a table there so I can see most of them, so that will work. All right, we will move on to number 30 in the next video.